Love this podcast? Support this show through the Acast supporter feature. It's up to you how much you give, and there's no regular commitment. Just click the link in the show description to support now.
You're locked in.
Look at what we have here, folks.
To the only show that matters.
The cream of the crop.
Duke Loves Rasslin.
And there is no one that does it better than
Your host,
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
the Duke.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Welcome back to the Duke Loves Rasslin podcast, the show about pro wrestling and everything else. And let me tell you something, folks. The sun is shining. The weather is sweet. Shout out to Bob Marley there. That's exactly what I'm thinking today. Just in such a great mood. So excited about the wrestling industry. And one of the main reasons why is because my friends over at Mission Pro Wrestling, they are back, baby. They are back. They have a stacked card coming up. It's better than ever. And it's happening this Saturday. Locked and Loaded. Okay, May 1st. It is going to be an incredible night of pro wrestling. Some of the top women's wrestling stars from all over the world in one place. And you know something? Rather than me just go on and on about it, I decided to bring somebody from the Mission Pro Wrestling family onto the show to really hammer home what we can expect on May 1st at Locked and Loaded. So without further ado, welcome to the Duke Loves Rasslin podcast. You know, she's like a distant cousin of mine. Okay, but this is family right here. You know how I am with Mission Pro, folks. We're talking about the one, the only Melanie. What's going on, Melanie?
A lot is going on.
A lot is going on, of course. Let me ask you this, Melanie, because I know that you're somebody who, you know, you're a family person and you're a person that is just a big burst of positive energy as well. When you're in a situation where you're leading up to a show, because you do a lot of stuff behind the scenes, what's on the table? What kind of meal, what kind of drinks, what are you doing before the show? What are you doing after the show to kind of celebrate, kick off whatever event you're putting on?
It is so nerve-wracking before the show. I want everything to go off without a hitch that I think I have a bottle of water and a granola bar until after the show is done. And then after the show is done, all my Texas people can relate. I head back to San Antonio because that's where I'm from. But before that, I stop at Buc-ee's and I probably spend way more money than I should buying snacks and food to make up for the day.
What do they call that? Intermittent fasting for the day, and then at night, you know, you break the fast by loading up, right?
Exactly. It's not intentional, but it happens. I mean, you get so busy trying to make sure that everything is set up, everything is where it needs to be, all moving pieces are moving where they should. And the next thing you know, the show is started. And of course, you're not going to be eating during the show. So now you got to wait 3 hours.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And especially when you're somebody with a lot of responsibility, there's no two ways about it. Now,
Yeah.
you mentioned something, though. You said that you're over there down in San Antonio, right?
I am.
All right. So you got to help me out with this.
Okay.
There is this fruit cup that all my friends in Texas, they post about. It's just this big white cup of fruit, and then there's like wrapping around it to keep it all in one place. It's like a fruit mountain, basically. And then there's the seasoning.
Yes.
How do you pronounce? What is the name of the seasoning?
It's
Tarjan? What do you call that?
Tajin.
Tajin.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you come to Texas, you have to have it. It's a must. If you come to San Antonio, it's a must. You got to come down to the fruterias and you got to have a fruit cup.
Well, and let me tell you something. It's not just a cup. I mean, literally, it's a mountain.
It
I
is.
don't know how anyone is able to eat all of that in one sitting because it's a lot of fruit.
It really is. And what they don't show you is that it's not just fruit. A lot of times, I mean, there could be other stuff mixed in there, like cucumbers, because, you know, Latinos, we love our cucumbers with lime and tajin too.
Well, I don't think a lot of people realize this. Cucumber is actually a fruit.
Oh, there you go. See, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I think in terms of classification, a cucumber is actually a fruit. It is not technically a vegetable. So there's a little a farming lesson right there. But I wanted to ask you, Melanie, because
Yeah.
the tahine, I was able to find it here in Boston,
Okay.
and I've been putting it on everything. Okay, it's ridiculous. I season everything with tahine. I mean, pieces of candy, chicken. I made some corned beef the other day, but I slow cooked it for 12 hours. So it was really,
Ooh.
really, pull apart and what have
Yeah.
you. So I put some of that on there. What's the best thing other than mango and pineapple and what have you? What's the best thing to put tahine on?
Corn. Latinos love tajin on corn. Mexican street corn especially. Gotta make your Mexican street corn. That's the
Oh my
best.
God. You just reminded me. I have Trader Joe's Mexican street corn. So it's not the real stuff, but it's the Trader Joe's type. It's already been shucked. It's off the cob, but it has all the cojita and all the other cheeses in there and what have you, and it's roasted. So I
Mm-hmm.
should put the tahine on that, huh?
Yes, you put a little tajin on that. I'm telling you, it's so good. And I love Trader Joe's, so I know exactly what you're talking about. I can like go down. I go in there and I know exactly what I need and what I want. And when they throw in new stuff, I just get totally confused. I was like, oh no, why do you do that to me, Trader Joe's? It's a moral dilemma. Do I need it? Probably not. Do I want it? Absolutely.
Well, that's the thing. It's impossible to walk out of Trader Joe's without something new, right?
Exactly.
It has to happen. I got to try that. Whatever it is, I got to try that.
Yes.
There's no two ways about it. So I know somebody listening right now, if you've never heard the Duke Loves Rasslin podcast, you're like, why is this wrestling podcast talking about food? but for everybody who's been listening, food is an important part of wrestling. You can't function without it, right?
Absolutely. And if anybody has ever spoken to me, I think all my conversations we end up talking about some kind of food somehow. That's just the way my mind and my stomach go. It's always food. Everything's food related.
A lot of my friends are on this locked and loaded card, Mission Pro Wrestling, May 1st. You can catch it on the Title Match Network there.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely, folks, please make sure you order ahead of time so you don't have to worry about it when you're ready to sign in and watch on Saturday. But, I'm looking at this stacked card here, and it's pretty incredible. Alejandra is taking on the W.O.A.D. Talk to me about this match here.
Alejandra is a talent out of North Texas, out of the Dallas area, and she has just been, she is just increasing her value and her stock lately. She did some matches during Mania weekend in Tampa, and did she, just big opponents. Like Holidead. She is just out there and she is hustling, and she wants to take on some of the best in the industry, and what better than to take on the W.O.A.D, her stock is on the rise as well. I love the W.O.A.D. She has got such a great positive personality, but when she hits those ropes, she's a totally different beast in there. She totally lives up to her name. If you guys don't know her name, the W.O.A.D stands for, weapon of ass destruction, and she is not messing around when she hits the ring. Let me tell you, I do not ever want to see W.O.A.D across from me if she's ever my opponent. But those ladies are hungry. The last time W.O.A.D was at Mission Pro, she took a loss against Jenacide. And then this is going to be Alejandra's debut. So these ladies are both really hungry for that win at Mission Pro. They got something to prove. I think we've shown at Mission Pro that people are watching. People are always looking out for talent, and they're looking for it at Mission Pro. So they're hungry. They want the L. They want the win. So they don't want that L on their record. So both these ladies are coming in hard hitting match. That's what I expect. I expect it to be a very hard hitting match to open up our show.
Absolutely. And listen, two ladies that the fans are always excited to see, when they even just their ring entrance is something to behold. So Definitely excited for that match there, which is going to kick things off. We also have Jasmin Allure. This is somebody that has really been taking the entire wrestling scene, especially down in Texas, by storm.
Absolutely.
She's going to be taking on Dulce. So tell me about that match there.
So Jasmin, Jasmin is only like a year or so into wrestling, and she has already made leaps and strides in the sport. I mean, what can you say? She's been on AEW Dark. She's been all over Texas now. She's getting herself out there. Whereas Dulce Tormenta, she's coming off an injury. She was sidelined for a little while for a concussion. So this is going to be her debut at Mission Pro. But same thing, they're both hungry. You got a debut and you have somebody who hasn't won at Mission Pro. So they're both hungry. They're both coming in with a go-getter attitude. Jasmin Allure, I think, kind of poked a little bit of the bear by dropping a promo that said, these are my top tier tips. And I don't think Dulce took that too kindly. She has a retort out there, saying, she's coming to teach Jasmin Allure what real lucha libre is all about. So I don't think there's going to be any love lost between them once they hit the ropes. Jasmin is coming in hungry. She's coming in off of some wins in the Texas area. So she's coming in with a whole different attitude. She's coming in, ready to win and ready to dominate over the newbie, as what she called her. But I wouldn't put anything past Dulce Tormenta because, this little Spitfire out of El Paso, Texas, is new to the Central Texas scene. So I think that Jasmin is underestimating the talent of Dulce Tormenta. I think she's going to underestimate her so much that Dulce might catch her off guard. It's just, I'm so excited for this matchup. Out of all the matches, this one has got my blood pumping because Dulce is so new and Jasmin is so fired up for it. This one, I think this one may be a sleeper on everybody's radar. And I'm telling them right now, do not sleep on this match because it's going to be so good.
I agree with you 100%, Melanie, and I'll tell you, you're absolutely right. Jasmin Allure has been talking a lot of trash out there. She's been posting her videos online and they're all slick and professionally done here. She's been showing clips of her beating people up at the end of the video. So It's like, okay, what is going on here? Come on, Jasmin. But I'm going to break some news here for everybody in Duke Loves Rasslin in the world beyond here. Dulce Tormenta, the reason why she wears a mask is because she is so beautiful that if you were to see her face without a mask, you would instantly pass out.
There you go.
So I believe from a legal perspective, and we can get somebody from the United States Space Force to confirm, because this is like superpower stuff.
Yeah.
Dulce Tormenta is not allowed to show her face without a mask on, because there would just be too many people passed out, and that might be a public safety risk there.
Absolutely.
So I'm just throwing that out there.
It's a safety for the fans.
Absolutely it is. And the fans, they get very excited and what have you. So, we want to make sure that safety is a priority there, which is why the probably one of the most beautiful people in the entire universe, Dulce Tormenta, she can focus on just beating people up instead of people passing out because of her face. So
there you go.
There it is. Big match. Definitely there. Next up, we have a friend of the Duke Loves Rasslin podcast, Leila Gray. I call her the people's choice because literally no matter where she's at, she steals the scene. Okay. It is very difficult not to pay attention to Leila Gray.
Agreed.
And, she's taken on a veteran, somebody who legitimately has been knocking heads all over the pro wrestling scene for at least the past 5+ years. Now, let me say if I say her name correctly here, because she has corrected me. I took French back in like first grade, but I haven't, freshened up my skills since then. Rache Chanel, am I saying that right?
Rache Chanel, absolutely. You have to put in the Rache.
Rache. It sounds like a perfume. Rache. Okay.
It's just
so
as
tell me about
elegant as
this
she
match
is.
Yes.
This is another one who's Rache Chanel. She's so much fun, but when it's time to bring it, she brings it. I mean, she's got this slide, this kick that, she prances to one corner and then runs to the other corner and hits you right in the face. So if you're underestimating her, you're not going to see it coming. She's also got this like baseball wind-up punch that she gets you right in the middle of the ring. So I think people, when they first saw Rache Chanel, they underestimated her. They thought of her as this, frou-frou woman coming into the ring with her purse. But that purse got tricks in it. I don't know if anybody saw her match last time against Jenacide, but she's got tricks in her purse. She pulled out hairspray before. She's pulled out combs before. So the only advice I have for Leila Grey is put your hair up. Don't let that comb get near your hair and stay focused. Leila Grey, she's looking for her first win. So she's coming in hungry. And I am a fan of Leila Grey. She has come so far in such a short amount of time. I talked to her and she's only been in the wrestling, she's only been wrestling for, less than a year. Had her first match, I want to say a few months ago. So she is dominating right now, considering that she's still green. She's fresh. She's still fresh to the scene, but that's the drive and the passion that a lot of our talent have, and she really has it. So this match is just going to be a really fun match, I think, for the fans and for everybody, because we know what Rache can do, and we know what Leila can do, but to see them together, it's going to be killer. This show is just so stacked. It's hard for me to pick one, but this match is just going to be so much fun in general, because I feel like both of them are just going to bring it, and Rache, she's always going to bring some kind of trick. So be watching out for her little shenanigans, I'm sure.
Well, and it really makes you wonder: is experience going to win, or is it that youthful unpredictableness? Is that going to steal a win there? So again, Rache versus Leila Grey, that's going to be really, really interesting. And Melanie, Leila Grey has promised me, and you can remind her of this next time you talk to her. She has promised me that she is going to make that special Dominican pizza where you get plantains, and you smush them together, and you make a pizza crust with the plantains, and then you put the cheese and the salami and what have you on top, and bake it like a pizza and cut it up and eat it. She promised me that she was going to do it and then do a video. So I give you permission, since I'm in Boston. I'm not going to be at the show this time, unfortunately, down in Texas. But I give you permission. When she makes it, you got to try it.
Oh, absolutely! How could I not? That sounds amazing.
I'm telling you. Yep. So that's a breaking news there. Leila Grey, I would like for you to share my slice of the Dominican pizza with Melanie, my distant cousin here. It's very important.
I appreciate that. I will take any and all free food. Thank you so much.
It always comes back to the food, Mel. It always comes back to the food. All right, so now we got another hard-hitting match here that I can't believe that Mission Pro Wrestling was able to sign this match, because this is just crazy. Rok-C versus
Viva Van.
Me?
Yeah, Viva Van.
Yeah. Talk to me about this, because Rok-C is somebody who over the past year or so, she's really gotten so much attention in the media, both pro wrestling media and the local Texas media there, because she's so young and so talented. And then Viva Van, she has wrestled everywhere. I mean, literally anywhere and everywhere. She's been on TV. She's been busting heads and slapping people up all over the place. She is very sadistic in the ring. She likes to hurt people. We got to talk about this match here, Melanie.
I love this, because here's another one that Viva Van is debuting for Mission Pro, another debut. I mean, we just have so many on this card. But I believe this is her first time in Texas. So it's not just a Mission Pro debut, it's a Texas debut, which I love, because we need to get more talent to Texas. There's such a hotbed right now. And to have her here and to have her go up against, it's basically Texas's daughter. This is the shining star of Texas. This is the prodigy, Rok-C, who's been killing it on the independents for so long now, that she's getting her just desserts right now. She's getting the gravy. She's getting all the love and attention, because she deserves it. She's been out here hustling since I want to say like 15, 16 years old. And now, she's 18. She's killing it. She's getting all the matchups. She's getting the matches in Mania weekend in Tampa. So, I mean, this just seems right. Viva Van is your next, has to be her next opponent, because Viva Van has been killing it as well on the West Coast. So it's only right that these two finally meet up and face off, because both of them hungry, both of them ready, and both of them want to make a name for themselves. Rok-C, same thing, coming off a loss at Mission Pro against Jenacide. I feel like a lot of people will be coming off losses from Jenacide. But her and Viva Van, this is just going to be I think this definitely has people's attention as match of the night, because of the talent both of them have and their skill level. And Rok-C has been hitting training even harder. You can see her at Reality of Wrestling, and I think she's going to be pulling out some new stuff. And I just don't think you're going to see the same Rok-C you've seen. I think she's going to be bringing in new tricks. She's going to be pulling out some new sequences. So a lot of people already have this on their radar, but do not count out Viva Van. I know that Rok-C is the Texas favorite, but do not count out Viva Van. She has got so much in her kit, in her wrestling kit, that she is going to have to make Rok-C work for it. This match has me so excited because I have not seen Viva Van live, and I know many Texans haven't. So, and they're looking forward to it. Guys, this is just, Duke, this matchup is just electric because of Rok-C, because of the energy that both of them are going to bring to the ring.
I'm so excited. Literally, I am so excited. And, Rok-C, in my opinion, she may go down as one of the brightest stars to come along in wrestling in quite some time.
Absolutely.
So it really is up to Viva Van to knock her down a few pegs and remind the world that there are people who are already there. You know what I mean? Not some just up and coming star. Viva Van is already there. Show the world what you're made of, Viva Van, because Rok-C is coming. She's hungry and she means it.
That's exactly
right.
it.
That's right. Next we have two women who I can honestly say terrify me. They have invaded my nightmares. I've had dreams of the both of them taking turns beating the hell out of me. And Melanie, the Duke is a talker. The Duke is a lover. I'm not a fighter. That's why I always tell these wrestlers, I'll sue you if you put your hands on me, because I can't listen. They got muscles. They're serious. I can't handle them. Holidead versus Jenacide. What the heck? Are you kidding me?
They asked for this match. So, management had to give it to them. They asked for a rematch. There was shenanigans last time. Raychell Rose came in and pulled some funny business. Even though Holidead got the win, it didn't feel right with her. It didn't sit right with her. So, they asked for round 2. All right, we're giving the fans round 2. But all I ask them is please keep the ring standing. Do not break anybody. Do not break anything but each other. And I think that's exactly what they're going to do. I think they're going to be, this is going to be the hard hitting match. This is the match where, they're going to try and break each other, because I think that's the only way that either one of them could win. Honestly, Holidead is coming in with a little bit of a chip on her shoulder. She's had it since the first match, where everybody's telling her that she's the target. Jenocide's coming after her. And she's told everybody, you're sleeping on me. I'm not a target. I am the beast. I am the undead. And I think that people have underestimated just how talented, how hard hitting, and how scary Holidead is when she's determined. And I think that's the Holidead you're going to see. She's been tearing it up on the independents lately, coming off a lot of wins against a lot of names. So her confidence is up. Her chip is still there. And I think she's going to be even more dangerous than we saw the first time. I don't think that you should ever underestimate Holidead. If she's smiling at you, that's because she chose violence and she's happy about it. So walk away slowly. And then Jenacide, of course, she has just been on this win streak at Mission Pro Wrestling. Her first loss was to Holidead because of the shenanigans. So she has to make up for that. Jenacide is another one that just is a beast in the ring. She trains every day. She is, hitting the gym. She's working out. She is take no prisoners, no holds barred, strong. So I honestly am a little nervous and a little scared for the people around the ring during this match, because I know that there is no way that the ring is going to be able to contain them. I say if they ask for a chair, give it to them. Fans move. Fair warning. But yeah, this match is definitely deadly, and you can see why. I mean, Holidead versus Jenacide, too. The undead versus the robot. These are two women who they have a rep to protect, and they're going to do it at all costs. You know what I mean, Duke?
Oh, I absolutely do, and I'll tell you, I've been so impressed with the both of them. It seems like they're going to put it all on the line here.
Yes.
I mean, I've been watching the training videos all over Instagram, all over Twitter. The both of them, it's like they live in the gym, and they were already, jacked up and what have you even before this. But it seems like they both have added more muscle, more definition.
Yep.
They're built for destruction. There's no two ways about it. It reminds me of last year when Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley were on a collision course with each other, and they literally destroyed the Raw set. You know what I mean? Like there was fireworks, there was everything, because these guys just wanted to beat the hell out of each other to the point where they tore the arena up. I hope that doesn't happen here at Locked and Loaded Mission Pro Wrestling, but I'm concerned that Holidead, Jenacide, they are so serious about hurting one another that they will stop at nothing to get it done. So it's going to be an interesting match for sure.
Absolutely interesting match. And like I said, I give the fans fair warning. Please move out of the way if you see them coming.
Yeah, please. Once again, safety first. Please move out of the way, because, especially if Holidead hasn't had her coffee, because, Holidead's very serious about her coffee and her water. Those are the two nectars of life for her. So if this match happens before she's had a cup of coffee, oh my God, I don't know.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know what's going to happen here.
I know how she feels.
Yeah, right.
Don't mess with the cup of coffee.
That's right. So next up we have Tesha Price, who I'm a big fan of. Big fan of hers. And this Madi Wrenkowski, literally the big shot with the long hair and the big time attitude.
Yes.
And she thinks she's a big star because she's been all over AEW, and I hear that she's now affiliated with my good friend Nyla Rose. I don't know what's going on with this Madi Wrenkowski and her attitude lately, but Tesha Price is not here for it. I'm going to tell you right now.
I totally agree. Tesha Price, Madi Wrenkowski, this match is going to be full of so much sass and attitude, because, we've seen Tesha Price ringside at AEW, and we've also seen her in the ring, and she is just so full of personality and so full of attitude. I definitely think that this match is going to probably have the most back and forth in the ring as far as attitude than any of the other matches. So, I think the match is probably going to start even before the bell rings, because of their eagerness and they're willing to talk stuff to each other. Madi is definitely, coming off. She's coming off of a little bit of an attitude. She's been getting some wins in Texas. She's got a championship belt here in Texas with PPW. So she's got a little bit of an ego. She does. But I think that Tesha's going to bring her down, because, Tesha likes to build herself that she's a little unstable, maybe a little crazy. So I think that crazy might overcome ego in a ring, because they've got nothing to lose. So I feel like Madi needs to watch herself. I think she needs to bring her attitude down a bit. And if anybody knows, me and Madi, we have a little back and forth on social media. She's got a little bit of an attitude. I like to try and keep her in check. So I think that if she doesn't check it, Tesha's going to check it for her. Tesha's coming. Tesha's another debut for Mission Pro Wrestling this Saturday. So she's got a little something she wants to show off to the fans and show off to everybody on Title Match Network that's watching. So, if she catches Madi slipping, she's going to take advantage of it. So, that's what I'm saying, Duke. If Madi doesn't check her attitude and Tesha catches her slipping, she's going to catch her. So this match is going to be so full of sass and attitude. It's who's going to get checked first, I think. I think that's who's going to win, whoever gets checked first.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I hope Tesha Price teaches this Madi Wrenkowski a lesson, but I am concerned because I know Madi has been trained by the legend Jazz, another friend of the Duke Loves Rasslin podcast.
That's right.
So I know that she knows what she's doing in that ring, and I guess that's what my concern is. There's a reason why her star keeps rising because, Madi, despite all the attitude, she can handle herself. But Tesha, please grab her by the hair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you got to bite, if you got to scratch, if you have to kick, do whatever you got to do. This Madi Wrenkowski, she needs to be taught a lesson. So
absolutely.
I'm pulling for you, Tesha.
Just avoid the move that she does. Madi does a move that's an homage to Jazz called the Jazz Stinger. So just avoid that move, and I think you'll be good because that move is killer. I mean, if it belonged to Jazz, it's got to hurt. So just avoid that.
You're absolutely right. And that's why I say, Madi can't be taken for granted there because she has been trained well.
Mm-hmm.
So,
absolutely.
That can't wait to see what happens in that match there. Now we have Vipress, which I'm very happy to see that Mission Pro Wrestling, they managed to bring her in for a match here against, Raychell Rose. So talk to me about this match here.
So Raychell Rose, Queen of the House Rose, she is another one who just comes in with so much attitude, but she's a queen. How could you deny her? She comes in and she makes the fans around the ring bend the knee. I mean, I'm not going to do it, but if the fans are going to do it and they're going to bend the knee to Raychell Rose, hey, go for it. She comes in with this attitude. She comes in and she tries to pull some shenanigans like she did against La Rosa Negra, cost her the title. But she's coming against Vipress, who's not going to deal with any of that. She's going to come in. She's going to try and take Raychell down a peg or two. Which what? Maybe she does. Maybe she needs it. I don't know. But Vipress is coming in. She's coming in strong. She's coming in hot. She is coming in off of some wins on the indies. She's been having a great time out there. Same one. She did some matches during Mania weekend. Along with Raychell Rose. So both of these ladies, their stars are so far on the rise. It's amazing. I'm so glad we were able to get them both to Mission Pro. I don't know how happy they are to face each other because both of them are definitely obstacles in each other's way to get where they need to be in the wrestling world. So they're both going to be fighting for and jockeying for position. They both need wins. This is a debut for Vipress, so she's already got something to prove. Raychell Rose is coming off of a loss. So, this is a stepping stone match for them. They have a lot to prove at this show, at this match to get where they need to go. So I don't underestimate the lengths that either Vipress or Raychell Rose will do to get that win. Raychell Rose has already proven that she's not above pulling out foreign objects to take out her opponent, to do shenanigans behind the ref's back, to bring in outside help. So all I say is watch out for Raychell Rose because she's a little sneaky. And I hope that Vipress has been studying her because this is going to be another match where they are fighting for position and they are fighting to make a bigger name for themselves because each one of them knows this is how you do it.
Melanie, you're a distant cousin, so you know that the Duke is connected, right? I'm
Mhm.
very connected. I am the Duke, so I spoke to the Queen, and the Queen gave me permission to call this young lady Raychell Rose. Okay, I don't bend the knee to somebody who is not technically royalty. So
Mhm.
she's going to be Raychell Rose because until she learns how to be nicer to
Yeah.
everybody, including the fans. I'm not calling that young lady Raychell. She's going to be Raychell for the foreseeable future. And Vipress, that's a friend of mine. I love Vipress. And I know that she has a lot of experience. I know
Yes.
that she's coming in with a major fan base. So this is a huge get for Mission Pro Wrestling. And I'm excited to see Vipress. You know, she needs to give Raychell Rose some venom. Not Raychell. Your name's not Raychell. Raychell Rose some venom. Okay? Vipress, go get her there, Jack. If you
Absolutely.
can't tell, I have my favorites. I don't know if you knew that or not. But no, I have my
I get
favorites.
it. I get it. Hey,
Yeah.
Rachel, Rachel comes in with some attitude. So you know what? There's someone's got to make her. Got to humble her down a little bit, especially when people are bending the knee to her. I don't know what that's about, but
Get her, please, Vipress,
yeah.
get her. Okay, next up, we have an interesting match here. Marti Belle, who is somebody that I just absolutely adore. I think she's fantastic. I have been a huge fan of Marti Belle for many, many years. You can't find anybody that can say a negative thing about Marti Belle.
Hmm.
Uh, she takes on the Pink Dream. Okay, Alex Gracia, who, Alex comes in, another person that has had some significant, solid training.
Hmm.
She's been all over the world, just like Marti Belle. And, Pink Dream is not somebody to be taken lightly here. So tell me about this match, Melanie, because this is another solid matchup here between two strong forces in wrestling.
This matchup, I think that everybody's really excited for, and I'm excited for it as well. But what I'm really excited for is the fact that both of them have decided that they're coming in with brand new attitudes. Marti Belle has said that it's no more smiling Marti. It's no more happy Marti. So I'm interested to see what kind of attitude she does come in with. I think that's going to throw Alex off her game a little bit because we're all used to that side of Marti Belle. Um, but at the same side, you know, Alex has decided that, she came out with her promo and she's saying she's more than pink. She's more than what you see on TV. So I don't know what that entails, but I do know that she's coming in with another attitude, a different attitude. So these ladies, we may not see their smiling side anymore. Might not see their fun loving side. I feel like it'll break my heart a little bit not to see the Pink Dream smile, but um, I think that just makes it more exciting because I get to see another side of the Pink Dream. I get to see another side of Alex Gracia that we haven't seen before, and I'm excited for that. I want to see her. I want to see her get a little angry. I want to see her with a little bit of a chip on her shoulder because you know what? She is so good, and I don't think she gets the respect that she deserves out there in the wrestling world. And I think she needs to take it back. And if she needs to take it out on Marti Belle, sorry, Marti, then go for it because I am enjoying the rougher, tougher Pink Dream, and I want to see how that compares to Marti's new attitude that she's bringing to Mission Pro Wrestling. Because if I think we've seen in the past that Alex Gracia, when she puts her mind to something, she goes full throttle. I mean, she is pink 100% all the time. I mean, if that's not 100%, I don't know what is. So if she's doing that with this attitude, with her new attitude, then I think that we're gonna see a new Alex Gracia, and I don't think Marti Belle's gonna be prepared for it. I think Marti Belle's gonna be prepared for smiling Alex Gracia, pink Alex Gracia, cutesy Alex Gracia, and I don't think that's what she's gonna get. So I think it's gonna end up throwing Marti off her game. Um, I think it's going to end up throwing Marti off her game. And I think this match is going to show just how different both of them can be. But in the end, I think Alex Gracia may catch Marti off guard. That's just my prediction, Duke. That's what I'm saying because both these ladies have said that they're throwing something different at Mission Pro Wrestling. But I may have to back Alex Gracia on this one. I'm sorry, I'm being biased on this one, but Alex Gracia got me with that promo.
Listen, I know Alex Gracia's career. I've been following her since day one, since her days down in Texas there training. Legitimately followed her when she spent some time in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
She is somebody, once again, because she has such a great foundation in her training. Shout out to our folks down there at the Texas Wrestling Academy who trained her. Because she has such a strong foundation, this is somebody that cannot be taken lightly.
Mm-hmm.
This is somebody who, if you mess around and you take her lightly, she's going to surprise you. She might twist you up. She might bust you up. So that's going to be a problem. But I like this concept of Marti Belle coming in with a new attitude because Smiling Marti has a habit of being taken advantage of, and I don't like it. Okay? I don't like it at all. People like Melina, people, from all over the business through the years have taken advantage of Marti Belle. I can't stand it. So if she's coming into Mission Pro Wrestling with a strong attitude where she is not going to be taken advantage of, she's going to be number one, not second best to anybody. Okay, Allison K, I'm talking to you too. Then I think this is going to be a knockdown, drag out fight here. And I'm excited about it. Can't wait to see it there. Once again, Pink Dream, Alex Gracia versus Marti Belle. Now, we got to get to the main event.
Absolutely.
Okay, we got to get to the main event here. This is for all the marbles. We are talking about La Abusadora. Okay, the woman that will beat you down and dance all over your corpse. We are talking about the Mission Pro Wrestling World Champion, my champion, La Rosa Negra. Okay, and she is taking on Red Velvet. And I'm going to start with this, Melanie, before we even get into this match. I need to know, and I know that you're somebody that knows the inside scoop, so you can help me with this. I need to know, first of all, how the hell did Red Velvet get in my mama's kitchen? So that's number one. And number two, how did she get straight out of my mama's kitchen? So Melanie, you gotta let me know what's going on here because I'm a little concerned about this.
I mean, have you seen Red Velvet? That girl's quick. That girl is quick on her feet. She will catch you slipping, and the next thing you know, you've got, kicks to both sides of your head, and you're down on the ground. That's how she gets in and out of your mama's kitchen so fast. Those feet. She's, this is the one thing about both these ladies. Both of them have this dancing background. They love to dance, but the other side is, this is also a teacher versus student match. La Rosa Negra, she trained Red Velvet. So, La Rosa Negra likes to say, I taught you everything you know, but I didn't teach you everything, I didn't teach you everything though. I didn't teach you everything I know. So that means she's got some tricks. And I think we've seen that every single time at Mission Pro Wrestling that La Rosa Negra always pulls out something new. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know how she always has this never-ending wrestling encyclopedia in her head, but she always pulls out something new. So I think that it would benefit Red Velvet not to underestimate her teacher, her former teacher. I know that even La Rosa Negra said it. We know that Red Velvet has moved on and she's got, new trainers now. In a certain company, she's got new trainers. So don't let that ego mess you up. Don't let it trip you up because La Rosa Negra is the trainer. She is the trainer. She trains others. So whatever she's probably known for a couple years and she's already perfected it. So don't underestimate her. Don't underestimate her skill. Don't underestimate what she's coming to the ring with. She may dance to the ring. She may be a little playful. She may work you a little bit, but in the end, when she hits that frog splash, you are done. And can I just say, Duke, La Rosa Negra has like the prettiest frog splash that you will ever see, guys. I mean, it is a thing of beauty. I mean, chef's kiss to the frog splash that she does. I don't think anybody can touch it right now. So La Rosa Negra right now is just on fire, and that is why she's Mission Pro Wrestling champion. Red Velvet, like I said earlier, she's fast on her feet, though. She is fast. So La Rosa Negra just needs to work on her speed to keep up with her. Because I don't know. I don't know if she can. I mean, I know La Rosa's fast, but I just feel like Red Velvet may have that advantage. She's got them dancing feet. She's got them quick feet. And she catches you slipping. And like I said, she gets a couple of those kicks in and you may be seeing stars, looking up at her from the mat. So I think that this match is definitely going to be, this could be match of the night, guys, because of the fact that, I mean, it's an age old tale, right? Right, Duke? I mean, it's an age old tale of student versus teacher. I mean, who doesn't love that kind of a matchup? The students got something to prove to the teacher, and the teachers needs to make sure that they keep the student down. Like, hey, I'm your teacher forever and always. I still have stuff to teach you. So, I mean, this is just one of those age old matchups that pull at the heartstrings, but at the same time, they are going to leave everything in that squared circle, blood, sweat, tears, because there's so much writing on it. Not just the championship, but also La Rosa's reputation as a teacher, Red Velvet's reputation as her student. So, I mean, just so much to prove in this match. And I love it so much. But I do think this is going to be an emotional match for the fans. And I think it's going to be an emotional match for them as well. I mean, that's how I see it.
Well, I'll tell you, Melanie, you are on to something here. This is going to be so great. Once again, the whole card is going to be stacked, and I'm really excited about that main event because I'm concerned if Red Velvet, she's coming out of my mama's kitchen, straight out of my mama's kitchen.
Straight out of it.
My mom is from Jamaica originally, so she might have some jerk chicken. She might have some rum punch. I don't know. Is she going to try to use some of this stuff in the match? Because La Abusadora, the abuser,
that's right,
is not going to put up with that. Okay, so that's why my money is definitely on my champion, La Rosa Negra. I hope that she teaches the young lion here, Red Velvet. I hope she teaches her a lesson, because you need to understand that you got to respect your teachers. You got to respect those that have come before you and that have all of the knowledge, not just the little bit that they've passed down to you where you think you know everything now. So, once again, I'm going with La Rosa Negra, my champion, the Mission Pro Wrestling World Champion. It is time for Red Velvet to learn a lesson. That's right.
I think so.
Melanie,
I think that is definitely, this matchup is definitely going to be an emotional one, though. I love that you call her your champion, because I think a lot of people feel that way about La Rosa Negra. She is the people's champion right now.
There's no two ways about it. There is no two ways about it, for sure. And, let everybody know, Melanie, how can they watch this stacked card? How can they check it out? Also the social media. Let's plug away here so everybody can be up to date.
Absolutely. Guys, if you're not live at Mission Pro Wrestling, I don't know why you're not. Get down to Texas, get here live. But if you're not, and you can't be, go to Title Match Network. Go early. Don't wait till Saturday. Get on there on Friday, because let me tell you, all those people trying to get on there on Saturday is gonna clog it up, you signing up. So sign up on Thursday, sign up on Friday, get to Title Match Network. And you can also, enjoy our past shows on Title Match Network. So watch the past shows leading up to Saturday, so you're caught up, see what happened, see what's going on, see how La Rosa Negra became champion. So go to Title Match Network, sign up if you're not already signed up. You can follow Mission Pro Wrestling on Facebook. You can follow Mission Pro Wrestling on Instagram, and it's at Mission Pro Res on Twitter. And we're all very active on all three social media platforms. You can, always tag us on your photos. You can tag us on your videos. You can tag us on different stuff. On Instagram, we do have a Mission Pro Wrestling filters. So if you go over there, use the filters, tag us in them. We want to see them, because we want to see you guys. What are you guys doing? How's Mission Pro Wrestling affecting you? So let us know. Want to know that you're enjoying it. You can also visit missionprowrestling.net for merch and for tickets and for all that other good stuff. And you can find us that way. I mean, So easy, Duke.
It sure is. And once again, folks, when we talk about Mission Pro Wrestling, this is the all women's promotion that Thunder Rosa has put together here. That's right. Thunder Rosa, that's my sister right there. So I wouldn't be surprised if she, in some way, shape, or form, her presence is felt at the card. Wink, wink. You never know. So once again, please, you got to check it out. Mission Pro Wrestling. This is going to be a stacked card. I can't wait. Locked and Loaded, May 1st, Title Match Network. Melanie, as always, I appreciate you. Thank you for joining us for this special Mission Pro Wrestling edition of the Duke Loves Rasslin podcast.
Well, thank you so much for having me on. I have so much fun always talking about Mission Pro Wrestling. I'm always down to talk Mission Pro Wrestling.
This is Tony Schiavone, and we're desperately out of time on Duke Loves Rasslin.